Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be another kind of mood board kids bedroom video, and this time we're going to focus on Stan's football bedroom. So as I spoke about in the last video, I want to try and upgrade our kids' bedrooms just because they're getting easily cluttered, not really working for them anymore now they've grown up. And as I also mentioned in the last video, those two are really growing up a lot quicker than Bill ever did, that's for sure. Just because I guess it's in their nature to just want to catch up with everybody else that's around them. And Stan has kind of shared his preference of having a football bedroom, and that is something we're so happy to make happen for him. He's had a sloth bedroom for the last couple of years now because he's obsessed with sloths. But the trick with this one is that I need to still incorporate sloths into a football bedroom because he's very adamant that they stay. And I also want to make sure that because we're committing to furniture and stuff that they don't have yet, that we keep costs down in other areas such as decorating and paint, etc. So as I mentioned in Daisy's rooms video, we store our paint with labels per each room, so we know whenever we need to do touch-ups, etc., that like they match up and we know which one to go for. Stan actually really likes the colours in his bedroom and I really like them. We've kind of got a white, neutral, minty kind of green going on, and it's a lovely, soothing and happy room to be. And given that we've still got leftover paint, I thought it kind of made sense to touch up areas, repaint the feature wall, things like that, take the existing decals down and see if we could work with what we've got. Because Stan's favourite colours otherwise are red and black, and I don't really feel like that is going to be conducive to a good night's sleep somehow. So we're sticking with the calm colours, which he's happy with. And football, a very obvious, easy theme to go for because it's everywhere. A lot of boys are into football. Ironically, Bill isn't. But we didn't want to go too far down a team route because we are based, you know, where obvious choices would be like Man U, Man City, Stockport, Mac kind of vibes, which like my family support Man U, but Mark supports Preston where he's from, and we don't really want to ram that down Stan's throat because like your team is your team, you choose who you want to choose, and we didn't want to, you know, theme it too heavily in case we just got it wrong, or like, I don't know, football's a bit like a religion in a way for a lot of men, and I don't want to like, I want to let him choose himself. So we've gone down kind of a basic route, and as with Daisy's room, I do have something that I'm basing it around, which I'll get out now. So I've been collecting everything in bags as I get it. I prefer to like buy little and often rather than in one go because it gets expensive all in one go, and this feels less intense. So as I mentioned before, the colour scheme in his room is kind of like a minty neutral colour, and I googled football decals and I found probably, like, it was weird how perfectly they match, but these are lovely, really good quality football decals. I am so pleased with them, and as you can see, we've got the minty green, we've got a little bit of blue in there which gives a nod to Preston and City if we're going down that route, and we've still got this neutral like mustardy shade here, and they're nice and large as you can probably see. So what I'm going to do is repaint his main feature wall, which is indeed like, it's kind of like this colour but maybe a little bit brighter, and then I'm going to add these on top instead of what he has at the moment, which are kind of like tribal arrow shapes almost. They've been in there since it was his nursery, so they've been up now for 5 years. So I want to stick with those themes as I've mentioned, but once I found these I was like, right, we can bring this together. Now one thing that I found quite amusing is that this kind of image seems to be a bit of a stock image, because you'll see it a few places with different designs or like very similar designs, but I found a, well, I didn't find it actually, Mark found it, a fab range in Dunelm, which is there's a whole like little football range, and as you can see here, it's actually really cute, especially if you're going for like a monochrome theme. It's lovely. But it's just grey, white and black, so very like monochrome basic, and it came with curtains. You can flip this as well, so you can either have it grey, or if you flip it you can have it, where's the image, white, like that. I'm not sure what colour we're going to go for yet. We'll just see what looks best when we put the room together. But I got the single duvet cover set, which is £14. I got the fitted sheets, of which there's 2 in a pack. One's grey and one is football printed, again £14, but it's quite nice to have 2, as you'll know with like younger kids. I got this little fleecy blanket which matches again. It's only a £5, and he saw the photo on the back of the duvet set, and he was like, oh, I love everything in that photo. And so I bought these little bits as a surprise, because I wasn't going to go ham for everything, but he was just so infatuated with it that I thought, you know, like £5 is really not too bad at all, and it would be something nice and cozy that he can like cuddle up in bed with and read and things like that. He's getting so good with his reading now, going up so quickly. And then the other things that were in that set were a little matching like fleecy blanket hoodie for £12. I actually got this in 7 to 10. I know it will be a bit big on him now, but these I find you can kind of just throw them over you and they fit, but I thought it would last him a little bit longer. And he has some hooks in his room still, where we used to hang like little, like, you know, those cute baby outfits, and now it's like for dressing gowns and stuff. But I thought this would look really sweet on that and like tie in with the room again. So that's just a surprise, a bit like how I've got like Daisy the daisy cushion and a few little stationery bits and stuff. And we got the football rug, which, you know, I've learned over the years, I think when you're pregnant, and I'm sure a lot of parents will relate to this, you have this idea of what kind of parent you're going to be, but also like what your style is, and you do these beautiful nurseries. But the more children I had, I found that actually like my existing concepts for like nurseries and clothes were not always that practical. Beautiful they well may be, it wasn't always what my child wanted either. And as my children started expressing a taste in clothes and things that they liked, I just realised I didn't care about how it was on social media. It cared about like how happy they were. So now, like when I do their bedrooms, I kind of take my taste out the window and focus on what they're into. Obviously I find it easier with Daisy because we have similar tastes. And like, no, did I ever think I would have a giant football rug in my house? Probably not, but it's not my room. It's my house, but it's not my room. So we have a giant football rug, and that's a Catherine Lansfield one, but it is via Dunelm. And then with Stan's room, we are going to add a very small desk. It's the Mickey one, or the Mika one, I don't know how you pronounce it, from IKEA. Bill has the same one, very, very compact with a small drawer, quite easy to build as well, you'll be pleased to know. And that will fit perfectly to like in the space where at the moment he has a Kallax unit, which has books in. But the problem is, and you'll find this as your kids start to grow up, they go through books so quickly. And now I sorted out books when I reorganised them about, I don't know, 6 months to 9 months ago. And I took out all the baby ones, put them on free cycle, and like somebody else came and picked them up. Right, and then that was all the that's not my books, because you just weren't reading them anymore. And then like we've got other books, but then now I'm looking at some of them and thinking he's not going to want to read them anymore. And already again in Daisy's bedroom we have a big collection of like proper books with no pictures, and she's not reading the picture books as much anymore. So we definitely need to sort out some of those. I would love to keep some of them for like grandchildren, just special books, because some of them are actually mine, and even ask my brother if he would ever like them, like just in case for the future. But it's crazy, and that bookshelf, it takes up a large amount of space, but you know, a lot of those books aren't getting looked at because there's so many of them, and we just need to rejig how that's all organised. So I'm going to move the Kallax. I'm thinking of putting that either in the garage for additional storage, or in the cupboard under the stairs for storage, because I think that would actually be quite useful. And then instead of, we've got the mini desk, and then at the end of his bed, he's got really awkward space, and I want to put a Trofast set, which is like a wooden kind of frame with boxes that I can put things like Lego in or certain toys in, because he does have storage in his bed, but again they're just getting rammed full of all sorts of things, and I feel like I would quite like to use some of those a bit more effectively for things like clothing. So I need a big resort of his room. So we've got him a desk, we've got them in the Trofast unit, and that's where our budget's going really. The rest of it is like I'm trying to do on a cheaper scale, or like reuse paint that we've already got in, etc, etc. And then also from IKEA, they do a football cushion and a football lamp, which are really inexpensive. So I added those to my order. I've got this, which looks really inconspicuous, but it's actually a bean bag that you stuff your teddies in. So you've got teddy storage, but also a beanbag to sit on and chill and relax. Bill has one of these, and Stan's always wanted one too. This was from Amazon, so I can store all of his teddies in there. He knows exactly where they are. They're easy access with a zip that he can use, but equally he can chill on top of them and squash them when they're not in use, because he has a lot, and it kind of takes over the bedroom a bit. And then finally, just some other features, little bits that I found that I wanted to include to make it, ooh, I'm kicking this, nice for him. So the first thing, I got these Perspex football holder mounter things. So they've got the protective material on, but you mount them on the wall, I'm not sure how, and then you can balance football on, and he has a bright orange football which will look quite cool. And then I also got this for him for Christmas, which is the Mitre Scribble, and basically it's a ball that you can colour it in, and weirdly the colour scheme for this one comes with a pump and everything, and it's not a huge ball, but it looks like this, and you colour it in, it's got like little monsters on. And the colour scheme, as you can see probably, I'm trying to find a picture of it coloured in. You could see it online, but the colour scheme has similar shades again, with like blue, green, a little bit of pinky purple, mustard. And I think the colour scheme kind of comes out something like, you know, those little monsters there. But again, I thought that would add like a personal touch to his room. So that was a Christmas present that I picked up, and I'm really, really happy with that. The last final thing, he has a sloth little like light switch cover at the moment, but I found this one really cheap, a foam one on Etsy that's a football, so that's really sweet. Then I got these vintage prints on Etsy. I say vintage, they're not obviously old, they're just like reprints, but I don't know if I can get them out. I feel like I'm running out of memory, so I'm trying to be quick. But they look like this, and they're like A4, so I've got like frames from IKEA, but they're all like this, so they'll kind of bring that kind of neutral element back in and tone it down a little bit, but still be fun and football-y, and I think you'll think these are quite cool because he's quite interested in how things work. So that will be on the wall. And then finally, to incorporate the sloths back in, I found this teddy hammock, and it looks like a football net. So I was thinking football net, but hammock for the sloths to go in one corner of his room so they can still be there like spectators. You see where I'm going there? I got this as well. I actually got this. This is one of the first things I picked up. And actually the hammock, and I don't know if you can see the texture of it, is exactly like a football net. So I think that's going to tie it all in really nicely. And I'm so excited to get this done for them both now, because I upgraded Bill's last year, and I've like updated a few little bits in his room recently actually, and I know I need to do the same for them now. So I will try and document Stan's bedroom too, but I'll do a quick flat lay for you and then I'll let you go. So this is everything pulled together. So it is quite monochrome at the moment, but you'll just have to imagine like the minty paint, neutral carpet, that kind of thing. And yeah, I'm really, really pleased. I'm very excited, especially to do this wall. So it's just going to require a bit of a paint touch up and work from me, and also some furniture building. But this is everything from Stan's room, and if you want to see how it goes, don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and hopefully we can get it done before both of their birthdays in March and April, because this is kind of part of that too. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.